Hello.
Guys, can you hear me?
Yes,
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
I can't see you. I can't see Bhavina. I can't see Juicy. I can't see you, Kavita. Hello? Okay, I see Juicy. And we lost 3 people now, right now. I don't know what's going on. We'll just give 1 more minute for everyone to join, guys. We'll get started. Pratisha, can you hear me? Pranoti?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yep.
Sam. Let me know when you guys can see my screen. I just want to screen share and show you pretty much what we're going to do today. Can you see my screen? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. All right, guys. Is everyone there? Oh no, I lost 2 people already. Kavita, Josie, Bhavina. Bhavina was there. I don't know what happened to her. All right, let's get started, guys. Welcome everyone. I believe in the interest of time, we'll get started. If they join, I mean, of course, this call will be recorded, so you'll have the recorded version available for you tomorrow in the YouTube. I believe they'll send you something to do with. Kavita, how are you?
Sir, hello, sir. Yeah.
Good. How are you?
Good. Who is the iPad?
Mine, sir.
Who is mine? What's your name?
Harita. Yeah.
Harita. Hi. Okay.
Hello,
Good.
sir.
What happened to Bhavina? Who knows Bhavina? I think Juicy, you know her, right? Kavita, you know Bhavina?
I don't know, sir. Bhavita, I don't.
Kavita. Kavita.
I
Kavita.
don't.
How come you guys? Alright, fine, no worries. I know she joined and I don't know why she. Am I doing anything wrong? Oh yeah, she's here. Alright. I think we're still missing 2 more people. Now it says Riti. I hope that is Bhavina. I guess let's get started again. Thank you for joining today. I know this is of something that we wanted to do today because in a week's time your classes will be starting. I normally do this introductory class so that you kind of get started on the right foot, um, to make sure that you understand any kind of operational things that will help you in starting this course in a right frame of mind and also on right operational way of doing things. So what we are going to cover today in the next maybe 5-10 minutes, not more than that, and then I'll leave the call open. You can ask me any questions, I'll answer it so it becomes easier for you. So basically your classes are starting on 1st of October, which is next Tuesday. So you'll have classes from 1st October every Tuesdays and Thursdays, pretty much 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you need to log into the same Zoom call how you did every Tuesdays and Thursdays. I believe you should have received 3 emails. If you did not receive those 3 emails, I'm sure you're going to receive it tomorrow. The first email that you should have received is welcome to MediPharm Solutions email, which is the orientation steps. So the things that you need to do are Number one, make sure that you sign the enrollment terms and conditions. It's just a formality thing that we have to do for Business Bureau for our standardizations. So once you do that, the second thing is the LMS access in the same email. It's a very lengthy email. I would ask you to save it, bookmark it so that you can keep coming back to it. The second is the LMS access. What you see on the screen on your screen is the LMS screen. So you will have an URL like the link and then with the username and password. So you should log in with your username and password into the LMS, Learning Management System, so that you can access all the modules as well as the recordings that will go on during the course of your program. So that's pretty much how you have to have your LMS access and kind of login. That's the second thing. The third thing is, since you are in drug safety, you will also have access of Argus application. You will receive your username and password and URL with Argus from Texol. Texol is our third party vendor between Oracle and MediPharm Solutions. There is a third party vendor, and they pretty much take care of our account management. So you will receive an Argus access login. You don't need to log into Argus until the end of October, because all your Argus classes will be done by the end of October. So until then, you don't need that Argus access. But just to make sure everything is given to you initially, we just do it. So make sure you also save that email. You don't need to log in. You don't need to do anything with Argus access. Now, the third thing that you have to do is make sure you have received that. I mean, that's the first email. Uh, Let me go through the emails. That's the first email that you have got. The second email is the October calendar. Every month we send out a calendar of all the classes. If you're following the classes, if you're attending the live classes, I would recommend you to attend the live classes as much as possible. Don't depend on the recordings, but make sure you log into classes, enjoy attending the classes so that it becomes easier for you. So again, the point is you'll have the second email with the calendar. Make sure you have the October calendar. I'm sure everyone must have received it. If you did not receive it today, I'm sure you're going to receive it tomorrow. The third email is the Argus access. So these are the three emails that you should have got: orientation access with LMS access, Argus access, and October calendar. And what would happen on every Mondays and Wednesday is 1 day prior, we send out the Zoom link, like exactly how you received the Zoom link to this call. That's pretty much how you will have the Zoom link to Tuesday calls. Every class has a different Zoom link. So don't save the Zoom links, it doesn't work. So every Tuesday you get, every Monday you get a link for Tuesday's class. Every Wednesday you get a link for Thursday's class. So after 5 p.m., the office is closed. There's no one answering the phones. There's no one answering your emails. And that brings me to the last point for going in. I mean, before I take you through the course navigation, is the communication. Most of you maybe have my personal number. I would like to share my number because I want to keep in touch with you as you go along the course. But for communications reason, for anything that you need, like what admins can handle, there are 3 admins that we have staffed. So they pretty much take care of everything that you need until you go into your job placement assistance, meaning all the way to the end of the program. So if you need any help, the best way to resolve it, the sooner, is the email students@medipharmsolutions.com. That's your communication line. You can just drop an email, most likely within 24 hours, that will be resolved. Just in case if you did not receive the class link for anything, if it is after 5 p.m., you just have to depend on the recordings. There is no way you're going to get the link. I normally look at the emails right after the office is closed. If there's anything, I respond to it if I have the time. But just, worst case scenario, if you don't get the class link and you did not look at it until 5 p.m. that day, then probably you might have to watch the recordings. Most likely that will not happen. You're all on the same email thread. All of you, there are 10 of you in this batch, October batch. So mostly you will not miss an email. So make sure you check your email probably next Monday, and that would be the rhythm for every Monday and every Wednesday for the following day's classes. So that's something I want to tell you from a communication aspect. Now, what you have to learn today or kind of understand today is how you log into LMS. It's just a course navigation, nothing more than that. So in the orientation email, you should have your username and password. You kind of put the same into the URL. You can use, I would say, use some laptop, some system. I would not ask you to do it on your laptop or, I mean, on your iPad. Sometimes it may not work. So once you log in, this is an admin account, so that's why you see all the other programs. But for you, you will only see this program, certificate program in advanced drug safety and pharmacovigilance. You just have to click on it. Now, once you click on it, the whole program opens up. These are all the modules that we will be going through. So I'm not going to confuse you right now. I just wanted to make sure you understand how to log in. And once you log in, you can go through all the self-learning modules. You don't need to wait for your classes to start on 1st of October. You can go through the self-learning modules. You don't need to memorize it. You don't need to kind of understand everything. It's almost like you reading a newspaper. Just think about reading a newspaper, understanding whatever you can. We will be repeating most of this stuff in different classes from different perspectives, so it will kind of sink into it. But I would say just go through it to the point you kind of get maybe 20-30% of the knowledge. You don't need to understand everything and kind of memorize everything. Some topics are very dry, like for example this GCP modules, 21 CFR GVP modules. They are super not easier to understand. It is just for informational sake. You will understand this as you go along. So just go through those self-learning modules, and you don't have to do it before October 1st. You can do it whenever you have the time. I'm just telling you, so you can do these modules whenever you can. And what we will do is we will start from the Argus classes with this batch. So we have core modules. So this course is divided into two parts. The first part is the Argus classes, Argus related classes, which will start from October 1st. And then following once the Argus classes are done, we'll go into the second part, which is the core modules. So core modules are 13 of them. So we'll pretty much complete them in like maybe one and a half month to 1.5 months or so, 4 to 6 weeks. We'll complete all the core modules. So adverse drug reactions. So these are basically in sequence, as you can see: adverse drug reactions, triage, workflow, assessments, all the way to safety databases or medication errors. So we'll complete all these 12, 13 core modules in the second round of the program once the October month is done. Why they are called core modules is if you want to understand pharmacovigilance and if you want to do your interviews properly, these are the most important modules. So let us say if you have an interview tomorrow and if you have to brush up on your subject, I would say you need to go through the core modules first. They're all 1 hour long, probably. They're all live classes, so they're very important for you to understand. They're all basics of pharmacovigilance, and most of the interview questions will be coming from this. No, I would not say just to do this and you're done. Once as you go through the core modules, as you kind of go through the classes, you should also go through other modules. Like for example, after Argus classes, there are other modules, other lot of self-learning modules, as you can see: query generation, quality control, quality review, vendor management. So these are like all those little topics that are coming out of recent job descriptions, recent interview preparations. They're not taught in the classes, but once you understand the core modules, you should be able to understand all these topics. They're like maybe some are even 10 minutes long, some are like some are like even 5 minutes. They're there for you so that when you get into the job placement side of the equation, you should not look at any job description and say, oh, I don't know this topic. And that is why we covered all those topics, and this keeps on evolving. It's never going to be the same. And here you can see the success stories. Here, the last module before the final assessment is the success stories. And here, if you click on it, you will see a lot of success stories Oh, content is protected. So once you click on it, you will see a lot of success stories. We kind of sampled different people from different educational backgrounds to be here, and they're all our past students who secured jobs. This is also something that is very beneficial for you if you like come from a non-life sciences background. If you come from, let us say, you come from bachelor's in science background, you will see someone who may have done the course before you, and then they are there. And most of this are may not even be on YouTube and LinkedIn, but you'll see a lot of them. And this is just to kind of make you understand how important these core modules are, because if you go through all these modules, there are probably 60, 70 of them, and as you keep viewing them, it will keep opening up. So there are really a lot of I would say a lot of things that you can learn from here. But again, that being said, the common point about all these people who got jobs and have a career right now, some of them are in PV for almost 10 years now. So the whole point is the core modules are very important. And if I have to tell you one thing to do, and not to give you a laundry list of things that you should do and do not, one thing, then the only recommendation I have is, no matter how fast you want to complete the course, make sure you attend the live classes. If you attend the live classes every Tuesdays and Thursday, have a priority of setting the 2 hours away from family, away from everything that you're doing, just for yourself. Sit in the class, do nothing, and concentrate on what they are saying. And if you understand 20% of the class, I'm sure you'll understand more than that. But if you even understand 20% of the class, that's more than enough. And you don't need to do anything for the first 6 weeks. And that's how simple the subject will be taught to you. Every teacher, every instructor has their own style, but we all have we all have a blueprint. We all know what to tell you and what interview questions to focus on. I kind of understand the like instructors, and I kind of talk to them pretty much every 2 weeks. We have a call. We go through their modules. I sit in the classes sometimes to see how they are doing, and they sit in my classes to see how I'm doing. So we kind of learn from each other. But that being said, I tell them what to say, but I don't tell them how to say it. Everyone has their own way and style of doing it. That is pretty much how you do it. And again, the point is, we're going to start off with here from October 1st, I believe we'll start with safety databases. So what you're going to do on Tuesday, October 1st, is when you attend the class will be recorded, like how this call is recorded. And then the next day morning, you log into LMS, come to safety databases. This is where it is. And you will see that video here. And if you want to review it, review the video, you can pretty much pause it, rewind it, forward it, whatever you want to do with the video. Once you review it, take your notes, whatever your learning style is, you can watch it n number of times, and then go through the any documents they have, any PDFs they have. Go through the assessment. Assessment is important. All frequently asked questions in the interview are actually in this assessment. So click on that assessment. And what I would say, the best way to complete the course in terms of from an LMS standpoint, once you watch the video, and once the video is done, mark complete. So if you can hit this mark complete, you keep completing towards the end of the course. They're probably around like 70 steps because of the assessments and all those things. So once you hit mark complete, and then you go into the assessment, you click on the assessment. They're pretty much like multiple choice questions. Once you keep going through the questions and you pretty much understand how the whole scenario works, you keep kind of going into what is the wrong answer, right answer kind of thing, and then you hit mark complete. So as you keep going towards the end of the course, once you complete all the modules in this fashion, some of them will not have assessments. Like the Argus classes will not have assessments. It is just for you to review the video and hit mark complete. So once you hit mark complete, you can take your final assessment. Final assessment has 50 questions. The whole point of the program is not to make the program hard and difficult, but you need to put in the effort required. So it's not really about the final assessment, but that is a standard that we were given by like accreditation organization. So we have to do some final assessment before certifying you. So you can take this final assessment any number of times. Out of 50, I believe you should get 40 or 42 right, 80% right. And then you take a screenshot of your final assessment successfully done and email it to students at MediPharm Solutions, and they'll give you the credit certificate, they'll give you the certificate of completion and all those things that you need for your job placement assistance. And then the next part will be the job placement assistance, where we'll go into how after the certification is done, what will you do with your what will we do with your resume and how things go. That's a different call altogether. So I'll stop here. That's pretty much the process. To just to summarize what I just did in the last 10 minutes is three things. Check your emails, make sure you received those three emails. If you did not receive the orientation email with LMS access, Argus access, second email, the third email with the October calendar, make sure you drop an email to students@medipharmsolutions.com. That's the first thing. The second thing I covered is the course navigation, where you need to log into LMS to view the recordings. No recordings will be emailed to you, and you need to watch the recording and hit mark complete and keep going along that way until you complete all the steps of the certification program, and then you can take your final assessment. And the third most important thing, if you have any hiccups, anything that you need to be answered, the best and the fastest way of getting it resolved is students@medipharmsolutions.com. That's the email until you go into your job placement assistance. Even if you go into a job, and that is pretty much the email. I need one email, and I personally look at that email every single day. So if the admins are not looking at it, I am looking at it. So all emails are resolved the same day. So I mean, of course, you have my number and you can text me. But if I need the admin to do it, I literally tell you to email students@MediPharm Solutions. So make it easier on you to just email first, and then it will be resolved. Those are the things I want to tell you. This is all going to be recorded. It's all recorded. It will be on YouTube. This link will be sent to you as YouTube link, just because if you see the orientation step all the way in the first, the front, the first module, this is pretty much what I covered right now. I covered the same exact thing for the previous batch. So this 20 minutes is what I covered in this 20 minutes. So we're not going to replace this video. We're going to send this recording as YouTube so that you can watch it for your reference. But we're not going to replace this video. It's pretty much the same thing. So that's pretty much what I had for you. And I'll stop the recording here. Let me know if you have any questions, guys. And I'm looking at the screens too.